Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go, baby.
Inside.
55 to Mike. Check. 55 to Mike. Get your swerve on. You gonna take. You got take.
Lady.
They'll run here with a former Steeler. This is Le'Veon Bell. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. Bell, of course, three-time 1,000-yard rusher. Sat out 2018, but you look back to 2017, a tick under 1,300 yards and almost 700 more receiving. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Check. Lucky.
And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Defensively, it was Leighton Vander Esch up from his linebacker spot.
Go set.
Let's go, Mike 50. Mike 50.
And red 80.
Hey.
Hey, exit.
50 to Mike. All day. Mike's 50.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Darnold. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Michael Thomas. His 6th touchdown of the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point good by Catanzaro. And that makes the score 7-0. Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Watch the out. Bang. Shift. Out.
No task.
We're going back to 48 right now. Let's go. Here we go.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
1st down, Cowboys.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. They run with Ezekiel Elliott, last year's NFL rushing leader. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. From the pistol, here's Elliott. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. They'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down.
Check the backer, check the backer.
Friday. 14, Friday.
Ball trot.
Let's go, 4 down.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And coming up on their 2nd drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice, that it all came together, but I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
At the 22-yard line.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day. Kill. Back's mine.
From the shotgun, it's a give to Bell. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Now after the run by Bell, here's another 1st and 10.
Hey, Delta.
To throw is Darnold. That's caught out left by Perriman. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
It's a gain of 8.
Always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now a run. This is Bilal Powell. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 16 yards, a 1st down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before that he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Check. Switch.
Back to the ground, this time with Bell. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Fellas, let's set a tone.
Switch. Young lady. Bravo.
Here we go, 50. Mike 50. Hey, me and you all day.
On 2nd and 9, Darnold. He's got this one complete to Perriman. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Rashad Perriman, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jets will extend their lead. Extra point up and good by Catanzaro. And it's now 14-0. Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Elliott. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Touch 50.
Now Wilson. He's going to let this one go deep. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Will Fuller, 79 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point right down the middle, and that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Go.
Darnold going for the deep ball. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked up by DeMonte Casey. And he'll actually lose 6 yards on the return, but I don't think they care. They've got the football back. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. Then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
You got 3. 3 down with 6. Brings up 2nd and 4. At the 27-yard line.
Further.
On 2nd down, Elliott. He finds an opening past the 40. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. A big chunk of yardage there, 37 yards.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
14, run it.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5. At the 30-yard line.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day.
So give to Elliott. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. What happened there? Was that just a missed assignment on the O-line?
It certainly felt like it, but also the speed of the play. When you're talking about defensive end, they want to be ahead of the clock, don't they? They want to be upfield, making plays on every snap. How about his agility there to run that one down?
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
A pretty good-looking run there on 1st down. That'll go for 9 yards, just short of the line to gain. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10.
Watch the pass. Wide, get wide. 55 is Mike, guys, 55. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Hey, seam 6.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Hauled in by Anderson, left side. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down. He was the leading receiver for the Jets a season ago. Robbie Anderson, 50 catches, over 750 yards, and getting more and more comfortable with Sam Darnold. Now a year plus under their belts collectively. You'd figure that those numbers for Anderson might be trending further north. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Kill.
They'll try the right side with Bell. Xavier Woods, the free safety, up to make the tackle.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing, and I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball. Sponge. No.
Out of the shotgun, it's Bell. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. Now it's Darnold. Throw right side to Perriman, and it's caught. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 16. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the 17-yard line.
Check.
Powell takes it from Darnold. There's a nice move. A tough run gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad.
Makes it 3rd and 4.
We're going to set it.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Yeah, let's get sack lunch.
Check 4.
Check 99. Check 99. Watch twins.
Under 10.
They'll try and run for it with Bell. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Check 31.
They'll try and run it in with Bell. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Le'Veon Bell. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jets will extend their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 21-yard line.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. Going to take a shot for Gallup. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
Mark 22, he's coming. 22's coming. Mark. Here we go. Mark 22, Mark 22.
To throw is Wilson. A final shot before break. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. They'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Ja'Kai Polite able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
That's a good job right there. Let's go. 37's the Mike. Mike 37. Pick it up, guys.
Now Wilson. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And this one will be brought back to the 22. Intended that time for Cooper. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 23-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Check right.
Again, it's Bell. He spins away. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. They'll run it with Bell. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It's a gain of 5, and now the question, will the offense stay out there on 4th and 1? Oh, that's offline. He hooked it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
Undercrunch, undercrunch, undercrunch. Switch, switch, switch. Front left, front left. Left for signal.
That's it. 37's the Mike. Mike 37.
You're right. Hey, 0, 0, 0. Let's go, baby.
There we go.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. Now a 1st down carry by Bell. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Watch it. Red 80. Switch. 80.
Now Darnold. 7-yard line, the catch is made. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Michael Thomas, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Jets will extend their lead. Extra point good by Catanzaro. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a 1st down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Touch 50, touch 50.
On 1st down, here's Breida. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Hey, alert, 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 alert.
37's the Mike. Mike, watch the slant. Watch the slant. There we go. 37's the Mike. Mike 37. Here we go. Night. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
On 2nd and a couple. Wilson. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 39. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. From the gun, it's Wilson. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack. Back at the 47-yard line. Ja'Kai Polite able to record his 5th sack of the season. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
Here we go. March 22, March 22. Watch the run. One flip. Whip, 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 whip. Watch the whip. Check.
Here's Wilson to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. C.J. Mosley, the linebacker, making sure his presence is felt.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
Now the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
A good pickup there, 7 yards, but it brings up 4th down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Elsewhere around the NFL, 3rd quarter now in Los Angeles. And the 49ers have moved out in front in that game. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at about the 32. They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And just not a big enough hole to break this one. He gets it to the 35 after showcasing that tough running of his. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 35-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
I got one. Check 37.
They'll go again with Bell. Bell so light on his feet. And he's out of bounds, but not before a big pickup that time on what's going to wind up being the final play of the 3rd quarter. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 right at the 40. Back to throw, Darnold. And he will go down. A Cowboy sack. Malik Collins, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Switch up. Check 3. Red 80. Kill.
Here's Darnold. Hooking up over the middle with Herndon. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
50, red 80. Watch the slant. Switch it. Red 80. Yo, 80. Hey, Alpha. Check Mike 50. Mike is a 50. Check Mike 50. Here we go. Let's go.
Darnold from the red zone now. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Thomas the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll go back to the ground with Bell. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer.
They'll keep it on the ground. Bell. And he'll wind up losing yardage here, back at the 21-yard line. 6 yards in the wrong direction that time. Not only that, but it brings up fourth. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. Catanzaro's kick is good. And that will extend the lead out to 24. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Now after the made field goal, Catanzaro to boot this one away on the kickoff. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Wilson being chased out left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Fuller. 12 yards there and a first down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Wilson now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And he rifles one incomplete. Amari Cooper, his intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
On 2nd down, it's Elliott. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy.
It's 3rd down.
36. Hey, check 24. Check 24. Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
They go to Elliott again. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Here's the sneak with Wilson. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
When a quarterback sneak is run well, many at home wonder, what's so tough about that? Just take the snap and move forward. But it really pays to be shifty like a Russell Wilson because you have to know where the hole is and get there quickly.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Quick right.
I'm going 37's the Mike. And we're going 37's the Mike. Mike 37. Let's go.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. C.J. Mosley able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Come on. Watch the shit. Hey, 0.
3rd and long, it's Wilson. Got an open man, it's Michael Gallup. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. There have been no struggles here for this crew. I mean, they were up double digits at halftime, and they've just expanded that here in the second half.
And it appears there are no answers from the defensive side. I think right now, if I'm the coordinator, if I'm down on the field, if I'm wearing a hat, I've already thrown it. If it's a visor, it's sailed, right? My game plan is down by my feet right now because nothing I've drawn up appears to be working.
Well, he's going to have to find something right now to stop this offense. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Be good. Watch the safety creep. Shift. Watch the shift.
Here's Bell. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Bell. And for a second straight play, that Cowboy defense gets him to the ground behind the line of scrimmage defensively. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. Bang.
Red 80.
Bang.
Yo, 80. Go.
Darnold from the gun. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. Here's Lachlan Edwards now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Pulled in at the 24. It'll be a 48-yard punt. 5 there on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
They're running it.
Mike 51, Mike 51.
I got you.
On 2nd and 7, Wilson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Jamal Adams. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Brings up 2nd and